today and inviting you to join me. We're gonna do my jewel gun concept, but first I am gonna apply. I'm doing it on this because I'm not ready yet. I don't want to yet use this, so we're gonna paint on my sketch pad. Now I have some canvas which I'm gonna use the back of it as a buffer. So this is one of the paintings I did. This is of course my second painting ever. I did it with a tutorial, but I want to let go of the tutorial life. I want to just keep trusting. There's something rewarding about it, but it also feels like I'm just showing that I'm a good student. My mission is not to be a good student, really. It's to be a freaking great original creator. So, and great to me, whenever it's in my mind and it lands on paper, that's great. So sometimes things are appreciated over time. That's usually how things work for me. They are appreciated much later. I'm gonna get my hair cut tomorrow, so I enjoy this beautiful gift that I got, because when I get my hair cut, I'm not wearing any hats. So thank you, Jordan. So I have my paint. I got my whites, blue, brown, everything. Just ordered some new paint and a new tripod, a new easel. So I'm gonna probably start to paint standing up. Okay, so I went sailing the other day. So I'm gonna do a view of Palmyra. So I don't wanna use any pencils on my thing. So I'm gonna just get a concept of the three towers going up here. And then the water, beach, walkway, greenery. So that was a little wet. Let's start with the sky. The skies are always extremely blue. One thing I learned about painting the sky is kind of just looking at pinks, blues, and whites, and you want to create mist. I'm doing this because my brushes were stiff, so I'm getting them a bit loose. And 3/4. Shout out to my raisins. Ever since I was a little boy, I eat raisins. I just love them. And then I later found out that they were dried grapes. Alright, let's start with the backdrop of our sky. So I'm gonna go in with my blue. This is my first televised painting moment. I'm doing it because I just like to. And let me just make sure we are live, because oh, people are commenting. Hello. Bonsoir. I see you're speaking French. Bonsoir. Alright, so can you see let's make sure you could see properly. You have a question. What is your question? I'm using okay, you could see. Perfect. So I'm just gonna go with some blue and a little white, because we want to get the white. The sky is gonna be very light and very stunning. Get a little white over here because I'm gonna get my clouds later. All right, so I'm just gonna mix my blue and my white. Actually, I want a thicker. I'm gonna use a nice broad brush. Mainly because I want, ooh, look at that already. I'm going with a nice broad brush because I want to get some surface area. So let's start. So when I was at this place, it was, my easel is rocking. There we go. The sky was clear out. It's gonna rock, but it's fine. The sky was clear out. It was amazing. And it was just perfect. Obviously my paint is gonna have some gaps here, but I'm gonna make that a part of the piece and just consider that my sky. Bob Foss taught me the zigzag technique for doing skies. You wanna boop, 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 boop. All right. Looking good. So I'm just gonna come down a little bit because I want it to be a little lower. And we're gonna have some buildings in front, so. All right. What I like about this is I'm actually capturing movement of what's happening up in the air. So I really like this actually. Now that I think about it, I should have gone with the big canvas. We're just gonna use up all the paint, not be shy, and finish all the blue. All right, perfect. So now I'm gonna go with the white and do my clouds. So I'm really enjoying the concept of, oh, this is so beautiful already. I'm enjoying the concept of being the person. Look at that. So give that sky look. Again, this technique I learned of going upwards to signify mist and sky cover. I like what I have. I'm just gonna. All right, now for my buildings. So the towers are three very, it's Gatsby style kind of buildings. So we're thinking that, look where they come up, they go in, they're up, they're down, they're down, they're down, they're down, like that. But I do think they're a bit broad, so we're kind of gonna go like that. And they have like these beautiful caps. So it's gonna of course be interpreted through my memory. The purpose of my art is not to be literal. If I wanted that, I'd hang a picture up in my room. So again, I'm softening my brushes. They come with glue on them. So if you ever buy a paint set and you see that your work is rolling up, it's probably because you didn't get the glue out. I love you for watching. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. And you should be able to see my clouds. Do I want more clouds? I want one more cloud right here. Just one. And I don't want it to be big or thick. I want it to be light and wispy. So I'm gonna create just that. I'm a big fan of clouds. I used to wonder what it's like to be in them. I wasn't gonna stop till I got that light wispy look. Yeah, I want one more actually. Now I'm addicted. Oh wow, it looks so good. It looks very fluffy. Now I just want all these to be like that. I like my clouds looking like I wouldn't say cotton candy, but I need them to be like a dream. Like I can't really feel it, but I could see it. Yeah. Especially here. There we go, there we go, there we go. I'm learning a technique with clouds is I want to go in one direction and then probably brush up. And a little flick of my wrist. Okay. So, because I'm not doing nature and I'm doing somebody else's buildings, obviously I want to respect a little bit of what they have. So, we're gonna go with the color scheme. We're gonna go with the general shape. And I don't know why I keep second guessing the shape of the buildings, but again, it's my art, so I'm gonna do what I want to do. Alright, so I'm gonna get my medium yellow to get the original color, which is a creamish color. Anybody know how to mix these things? It's kind of okay. I think I just gotta stick this in here because okay, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. I just invented this because it's a little thick. You know, I should probably get a napkin. All right. Let's see if it comes out. Yeah, that's the consistency I want. I should probably use another brush to finish this one. Who makes the rules? We do. Oh, this brush is kind of thick. There's glue on this. Yeah. All right, the glue is off. Gotta get this really dry. Just gonna put it in these shorts and let's go. Time for the buildings. So I'm just gonna put a little white and then mix that out. I want it to be a very light building, very cream color, almost like a pastel white. That's what I'm looking for. Can you see? Let's see if you could see. Yeah, you could see. All right, good. So let's go. I want it to be lighter than that. It's a bit bright. I entered a hackathon the other day. I wanted to win. I could just make the silhouettes of the building with my brush. Yeah. What if I use the broader brush? I have here my cup full of water. You know, life can be very interesting. I'm gonna show you guys something. I went to play pickleball today. Well, I went to the gym. That's what I meant. Did I stretch? Yes. And at the end of my gym session, I decided that I'm gonna cool down with pickleball because I wasn't a fan of the treadmill. So I realized I was stuck and I wasn't painting anything. So I decided that with the Artist's Way book, it's because I was still in that non-abundance mindset. I was like, oh my God, if I paint on my canvas, I'm gonna run out of canvas and have to buy more and it's gonna be expensive and I'm gonna ruin it. It's not gonna look good and people won't like it. They won't like it as much as the Bob for all these negative, dumb things. And I had to stop myself and say, when I did my Lego set, which you're looking at, if you could see it. I'm sorry, I need to stop playing around. I just need to pour this paint out. This is looking really good. That's the color I want. Very proud of this right now. Very, very proud. That's exactly the color I'm looking for. So I decided to go and pick 5 leaves, okay? 5 leaves to remind me of nature's abundance. And funny enough, when I moved back to Jamaica last year, and mentally I was in a place of not having enough, even though I did, like I came home with money, but in my mind I didn't have money or couldn't use money. And yeah, hold on. Yes, this is what I want because the buildings are in 3s like that. So let's do the next one. So yeah, the buildings, yeah. So we have the 3 towers. This is my favorite one. It's somehow the most faint, but it's my most favorite. They're actually all different in real life, and they all have a story. One is, I stayed in this one. These ones are the hotel. They almost didn't get finished. I like quaint places like that. So now we're gonna do some, guys, we forgot the mountains. Actually, I can do what I want. We didn't forget. So I'm just gonna do my greenery behind the buildings. I was just so excited to paint the buildings. That's really the truth. Let me get the napkin. dry that off. I'm done using my pants. By the way, I cannot see your comments because I am painting, but I see you guys are pretty engaged. Okay, that should be good. Sky looks beautiful. Okay. Truly, you want to do your background first. So I'm gonna go with some greens, and I'm going to do the green backdrop of the mountains of Cockpit County or Country, I think it's called. I have my green, just gonna put a little white to lighten it and go straight to it. This cap. Alright. Alright, we got our green and white. Yeah, so the mountains were pretty much rolling. Like that shape. And then they were just kind of dense. There's not much detail in them because they're really far away. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. This is pretty much the mountain range. From here, now between the hotels, we have like palm trees and stuff in the distance, which we could do. We could represent with strokes. I'm gonna go in with another brush to get my palm tree strokes, probably with some brown at the base, green at the top. Not too much detail. All right. There's a big divide, well, not with me, but it seems what I'm observing is when artists get into their dialogue sometimes, it becomes a conversation of good art and bad art. And I'm learning very quickly as a student to remove myself from those places and spaces because my art is my art. And if I believed in bad art, then I wouldn't be doing art anymore. Because I took 11 years off of doing art because someone once told me that my work wasn't mine. So, when it was mine. So, it's kind of a waste of time to listen to anybody saying that art is not good or art is bad. And even if there are other artists, I respect them because unfortunately, sometimes these people just don't know what they're talking about. And they're letting very interesting approaches affect you. So don't let that happen. Just don't listen. Art is art. And this is my art, so welcome. Oh my god, I love this. I wish I put it over on that. But don't worry, we're gonna handle business. We can always do it again, or I can do another angle or something. Oh, see what I love? Now I'm thinking about the different pathways that existed. And I'm really excited to paint the ocean, not gonna lie. But I'm also excited to do the caps of the buildings. So that's enough greenery. Let's just do 2 more trees and then switch over into my other territory. So I'm gonna get my brushes clean and my mint looking water. Instead of Pepsi, I should probably be having a protein shake. In my defense, I already had a protein shake. Let's ditch the hat. I feel like I look more artistic without my hat. It was a nice gift though. I got that today. Alright, so brushes are still holding on to a little paint. There we go. Now I'm gonna do the caps of the buildings, which is pretty much just gray. So I'm gonna go take my black. You know what this reminds me of? When YouTube makeup artists would do their makeup and you would be watching them. Let's pay homage to them, and I'm gonna change my perspective and put you in my seat. We're gonna pay some homage. How's this? Yeah. So I'm not in the way. Shouldn't be. All right, no more of that. So I got my black and a little white, and I hope I can get a nice gray. I actually don't want to use this brush, to be honest. Let's go for a nice detailed brush. So follow me. You see this? This point, how pointy it is and detailed? Yeah, that's what I want. I want some control. I'm tired of those frayed ends brushes. Let's hope there's no glue in this. It's probably a little, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I could eat right now? Some island grill. All right, so we're gonna get the, let me just check if you could see. Yeah, we're gonna get the colors mixed up here. We're going for a gray. For those of you who are just meeting me, my name is John Paul. John Paul. No yellow. Stay away. Stay over there. But I decided I wanted to call myself Color Hue because I'm being very intentional about my colorful artistic expression. I'm being very purposeful. So my middle name is Donahue, and I wanted to use that as my inspiration. This is a little dark. I want it to be lighter, so I'm gonna do that. All right, so I'm pretty sure this is gonna be it, and that yellow just wants to come in. So we're gonna get that bad boy white. Not sure why he wants to mix with the black team so badly. All right, this brush feels very good. It's very lush, gentle. I've never used this much paint before, but gotta get my color. A little blue wouldn't hurt. Okay, this is as good as I want it to be right now. So let's get these rooftops. I just want some triangles because I want to look on the building head on. I like these kind of lines. I don't like, I'm not a fan of solid borders with art. I don't know why. I think what happens with them, it just gives the impression that I have to do something a certain way and I don't. So we're not doing that with this. We're gonna keep the tops open and we're gonna keep the bottoms like that. If I want to have the illusion or the look of straight lines, I simply want to come down like this. All right, good. Let's do this again. Now, when it comes to being taught art, I do believe in getting teachers if I want to learn something in particular, but it's also important to think about the goals that we have. my goal. Oh yeah, we had a main road over here. My goal with my art right now, it's just to rebuild my expression again. I think I silenced my expression for a long time. So I just wanna, well, I am using my voice again when it comes to art. I'm reopening my mouth and it feels very, very good. I think confidence shows up in different forms. One is making art and opening your mouth. Speaking up, let's put a road up in the hills. Let's put a road that deviates up in there. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with white again. Lighten this, and we're gonna go over the roof again to add some pizzazz. All right. I'm glad that my first tutorial of art was about with Bob, because it taught me that, again, I could do whatever I want, and that's kind of why I'm doing art. I want to do what I want. I want to hear, oh my god, well, real artists, we follow 10 steps, so we have to do it this way. No. I mean, I'd love to be acknowledged and rewarded for my art, but I'd be lying if I said I'm sitting here to do it to win prize ABC. I don't think that's how I should start with my reclamation of my proclamation. Okay? I don't think so. All right, good. So we have our 3 towers, and we have our sky. And let me see how this looks on video. Okay, good. So I wish I could zoom in. Oh, I can zoom in. All right, nice. Let's see if I could tilt this down. All right, let's get some sand in here. Guys, it feels really good to be painting again. And I'm happy I shut those voices out. Let's get some brown and black and see if I could get my building lines. Well, not see. I'm gonna put my building lines in. One of the things I remembered about this beautiful hotel is that not only did the towers have their lines, but they had these majestic staircases that would just wrap around. Time to change my water. They had these beautiful staircases. So I'm actually gonna make those right now. I wanted the ocean, but I'm just a big fan of the buildings details coming to life. So I'm gonna get our white and I didn't dry the brush, did I? I guess I did. I wish the white looked stronger. I just ordered some new paint colors, so I can't complain about not getting what I want. But it's coming together. So now gonna get the brown and we're gonna do the base of the stairs and then finally do the sand and then the beach. If you know me, you know I'm gonna add white to my paint. Oh, this is a nice sand color. But we're gonna go with some yellow for the sand. All right, so we have our buildings, base. Yeah, this we could. This just reminded me of a detail. I should connect them. I completely forgot that the buildings were connected with these brown areas. The difference with me and Bob Foss or Ross is Bob Foss was a dancer, Bob Ross was a painter, right? He just goes. I like to be a little dainty with my brush, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm trying to learn from him. I think it's a boldness where he just goes. He doesn't worry about running out of paint, he doesn't worry about blending, mixing, he just goes. He's like, I'll fix that, or I'll add more to that later. But you see, now this is looking like the sand. That's why I take my time. Let's stick to the JP way. So I'm gonna just take my time, add to my podium. My walkway goes up here, and then I finish there. Here has all kind of pools and people and all kind of stuff. Actually, there's some massive lobbies and spas going on, so I'm actually not even done with the towers. Forgot about that. I still have some yellow. Or is it dried up? Yellow is dried up. There is a spa, front lobby and the spa, but we're gonna finish. I'm getting hungry. Again, I want to soften my brush. What I just remembered that I loved is the greenery never ends here. It's like nature's greenery and the artist's greenery just came together and said, we're gonna just create. So I'm gonna put my white balconies in, and my, not balcony, my railings is not really a finite amount. I'm gonna finish with the balcony. It was layers and layers of them. And then we're gonna go to the sand. I wonder, I should have stopped at Wendy's, you know. Where my brother wants to go. Let me think. I have some granola bars. I could grab one. With these granola bars, I always open them fully because, yeah. Yeah, it was like rows of just brown and then a bunch of green. So I'm gonna rinse my brush, get right back in here with my green foliage before the sand. Oh, I already had green. Okay. I don't want to dilute. You know what? Let's dilute the green. I just don't want to run out of white. You know? Then we're gonna. I love seeing two-tone paint, so I'm not in any urgency to mix anything. So that's what I like. Yeah. I remember one continuous border. Let's get this not to be transparent. So one thing I don't want to compromise on or even do, we want this to be fully opaque. One of the things I'm really optimistic about is I always excel at everything. And I wonder what excelling with art looks like in my eyes. I think this is it, publishing work. I never thought if you asked me 4 years ago would I be doing this on YouTube, I'd say hell no. Because I can't draw, I can't this, but those days are over. Ooh, you know what would be great? Some black. Just to represent the shadows in the grass. Yeah, and then let's put back some ambiguous foliage with some smudging, if I can. May I? If not, I'm just gonna put some browns, like roots. All right. Ready for the sand? So with our sand, we want brown, which we have, and we're gonna really dilute that. A lot of white. The ratio is like 3 to 4, 3 to 4. The volume is white. I'm going with a thick brush because it's gonna be a lot of sand. I want this to be very light, very, as you could see, sand is usually close to white, so we don't want any mistake to be made. Is it too bright? Actually, no. The more I look on it, the more it looks like what I want. So let's go. I could do with more white. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry. I'm not gonna convince myself I'm gonna get exactly what I want. I think what's unique about my art right now I'm observing is the reclamation of my innocence. This is so innocent looking, I could cry. Most of the things I do in my life are always just so serious and so controlled and procedural and business-like and tactical, and just to be doing this, I feel amazing. Like, this is where I left off and this is where I am. And it doesn't matter how much money I make or how accomplished I feel or how old I get. I'm just proud I'm still doing it. So we're gonna, I don't know if there's a technique to do sand, but I'm gonna experiment. Oh God, we have these sponges. I wonder if that's what the sand is for. That's what, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna experiment. I would like another texture, that's why I'm doing it. Not because there's a right way or a wrong way. It's not really doing anything that I'm noticing. It's just moving like a brush. Take it back. It's a little different. I prefer when it's stippled on. And I kind of want to go... Let's see what I'm going to do. Oh, crap. Well, you know what? Never mind, there's no oh, crap. That's, again, what I learned. These things are beautiful. You dress them up, you make nice with them. You make friends with everything on your canvas. So, I'm ready for the ocean. I'm excited. Very excited. I think, well, I know what I'm proud of is my identity is really shining through as me. And I just feel like this is super cool. Like, especially now that I have budgets for stuff, I would love to like just do this on a wall in my house and just enjoy it and just have fun. Just really, really continue to have fun. Because again, I've become such a master at the most serious stuff. Let me show you the leaves I got. So the exercise today was for me to collect 5 leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they reminded me of nature's abundance. These are mango leaves. And I was there thinking to myself that there's not enough canvas, not enough time, not enough interest, but the leaves reminded me that there's always enough. God supplies more by the second. You know, I don't want to use a sponge anymore. It feels kind of gross. You live and you learn. It's just so thick. Ocean, I'm not gonna use white. I'm gonna chill with the white. I'm so proud of this already, I swear. Very, very, very proud of this one. And I like that I'm not listening to advice, tips. Hey JP, do this. No, you're supposed to do that. This is the way. This is the right way. No, that's the wrong way. Shut up. Why don't you go do the right way to a Pulitzer Prize? And let me do the right way to reclaim my life. That's what feels good here. So let's pivot for a second into what we're talking about. All right, just gonna get some more blue, and we're gonna finish the ocean, ocean, ocean. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Bob taught me when doing the ocean, come in like this. What I appreciate about referencing what he taught me is, it just gave me the confidence to, well, not start. His work was my second painting. My very first painting was this. This is my very first piece that I ever did. And it kind of looks like a pregnant woman with a big butt. Birthing my work. It's my very first piece. Kind of looks like a head too. And then Bob introduced me to just realism, which I love, I like. All right, so I have my ocean. This is the extent to what I wanna go. And then I wanna draw the rocks that I saw in the ocean, because there were rocks that came out into the sea, under the sea, under the sea, under the sea. I'm just gonna oscillate to illustrate that. They were up in the front. They were also out here. Yeah, I think it was to break the waves. Now, I don't know if there's a technique that y'all use to complete your lines, but I'm not doing that. Meaning, yeah. And then my boat was coming in here. I'm gonna draw a nice big sailboat front. Oh my god, I'm gonna love that part. The thing is, it's gonna be, I'm gonna adapt. It's supposed to be like a white color, but I'm not gonna do that. So my sand, my borders, my thing, and this is looking really good. I wonder if I want to do, I want to go straight to my boat. If you know me, you know I love boats. I love them, love to hate them. Every captain is different. I've been on boats where you feel like you're wrestling with the ocean. So your boat is just using it as a means to an end. I've been on boats where I'm one with the ocean, where I enjoy the ride. I'm enamored by the enamel ocean. Enamored by the enamel ocean. I'm enamored by the enamel ocean. I'm in the Cayman Islands and I'm toasting. I'm snorkeling and diving and looking on the ship and bubbles coming up. And I got scared, so I swam on back. I took my ass back to the yacht. I was snorkeling Cayman Islands. I'm scared shitless. Shouldn't be cursing. All right, to the boat. Next time, So I'm gonna take you up. You're coming in my hands, and we're gonna enjoy the boat drawing process. I hope you could see. So I did again my I got the first perspective right. Actually, got them both right. Hold on. Yeah, so this is on my sailboat when I was coming in from his name was Van something, Van Kemp, Van Claude, Van, the Grand Dame. Well, I got this perspective right, but oh, should I come in shorter? Somebody else come in bigger. Yeah, just come in bigger, I mean. We take big risk out here, you know. And move the apex. Yeah, I was on my sailboat. This painting is outer space. I know it looks very dark, but that's where my mind was, outer space. And there's more out there for me. So, yeah. This feels complete for me. I do want to get my spa though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's one of my favorite things about this place. So we're gonna do the spa. And I'm obligated to do the front lobby. How dare I not do that if I'm doing here? So the spa, it's gonna be a little yellow and some, same thing as these buildings, just shorter. I was thinking the other day about, as a child, how much I was given my understanding of God by other people. They're not joined, but for artistic expression, I'm gonna join them. Good. And then the front lobby. Which I'm gonna put a big, nice thing here, which has its own capstone, and then I could always raise this wall to show that, yes. So it's brown again. I know I said I'm not gonna do the hard line, but I'm gonna break the rules. I'm gonna go very light. white brush because I want light lines. And I'm gonna come around because I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna come down like that. Breaking my own rules. So what this is the same high wall that we did earlier. The only thing is that I'm putting it in front for the lobby, which will now have its cap. Here we go. Which we're not going to see all of it. And then my spa is to also have its cap. Gonna draw my hairline. I'm coming. Ah yes, that was one of the DNA of this place. The roofs were not actually pointy, they were like this. So I could achieve that by doing this. For some of them, not all of them. Okay. I don't create art from a place of pain anymore. Meaning I don't think, oh, you know, this happened to me, and well, I don't think I ever did create from a place of pain. I just think bad stories or whatever are no longer relevant. So now what I can share with you is just this process, and that's it. So I have ordered some new items on Amazon and I'm excited to use them. Getting a little tired, not gonna lie, but we are done. I have what I want. My sun, my ocean, my boat, my view, my skies, my greenery, my street, everything. I came back and a real estate agent was selling a home from here. She was selling two actually. And I reached out to her, she didn't respond to me, so I took it as a sign that I wasn't to get it, so I unfollowed her. And then for some reason she, you know, realtor stuff, WhatsApp me details that you want. I was like, okay, well I didn't answer her, but I wonder if I should, guys. Am I missing anything with the ocean before I forget? I can't see anything missing, which is so great because when I'm working on software, there's always something missing, and with this, I'm like, it feels so complete. I could add balconies, but I don't want to mess with my facade. I like what I'm representing with just the towers. I like that. You know, God would say to the balconies, but I honestly like what I see, and I'm sleepy. Plus, if I did the balconies, what would it be? What color? Would I be experimenting? All right, I'm gonna do one balcony. I'm gonna do one balcony right here. It's gonna be my balcony from my apartment. And then we're gonna, this brush is probably too big. Let me see. It's very thick. I want a nice, yeah, it's perfect. I'm just gonna take this straight to the sink. Oh no. Whoa, this looks stunning through the camera. Wow. You guys are seeing what I saw. Crap. Alright, so let's do my balcony now. We're gonna try to get a reflective look. So we're gonna come here. We're gonna do a blackish blue with a lighter color to show reflection, especially of the sky. These paints dry so fast, so quick. It's too low. My balcony is higher than that. So I'm gonna give me some big ass doors to show the height. Alright, so the balcony is there. We need to now add the light blue some more to show the reflection. Border it. Okay, and then I'm once again breaking my rules and I'm adding borders. And then I'm gonna do my door. What I remember that I loved is the shapes of the moldings. Everything had a cap, everything had a Gatsby style thing going on at Jewel Brand. So I'm gonna do my door, paint my door. It's got a precise brush. This is cool, this brush. I have more precise ones. Let's use one. This is pretty precise, but it's kind of blunt tip. I want something very, very sharp. Very sharp. This is a great brush set, by the way. I don't want to get a go off this because I want the pointiness. So I'm going to go into my existing yellow compote. I'm going to draw the door. I love that I'm an artist who isn't really concerned about comments anymore so early in my journey because I want to be doing this for a very long time and I feel that way. And that would mean not caring what people think, good or bad. Just producing what I know is best to produce. Okay, I folded. I did the balconies. Now I'm gonna do the white because I can't stop now. So I'm gonna do the white molding some of my doors because I can't stop. Yeah. Now I just want to put details on everything. Okay, time to make some music. Get a thumbnail. Thank you for watching. I know you guys enjoyed this one. This is my first unguided realist painting, and I'm glad to have documented it with you on YouTube. And I hope this inspires you or makes you want to create too, right? And you listen to the words I said and you enjoyed yourself tonight. And no, I don't play Roblox, to the person who asked me that. Okay. I love you for watching. Subscribe for more. I'm gonna hop on now to produce some music. I'm gonna call it making music before I'm taught how to compose. Bye.